Oi, you know what time it is? You're tuned in listening to Jive, That Aussie Metal Guy. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button so you don't miss any of his content when it drops. And remember, stay brutal, you mad dogs. Roof.
G'day, it is Jive, That Aussie Metal Guy here with Crannk'd. Today, tonight, wherever you are in the world, it's a great pleasure that I'm getting a chat with Matty Dee, vocalist, guitarist, one of Adelaide's heaviest and hardest hitting riff machines, the Dirty Pagans. I've been following you guys for quite a while now, caught you at a bunch of gigs, snapped a few gigs as well. You have been rattling around since 2016 with that thick stoner, doom-laced riff and roll. It's absolutely amazing. They're about to unleash their latest slab of sonic thunder motherfucking today. Forever High, the band you're also celebrating pagan style with a launch at the June 28th at the Jive Bar, which is a ripping venue, alongside Snakebite Whiskey, who are about to believe go overseas. You got Rocky's Pride and Joy, which are amazing, and the Coogis. Get to talk about the new album and all things Dirty Pagans. Cheers for joining me, mate.
Thanks for having me, brother. What an intro. Well done.
Oh, mate. Bust them out, no fucking worries. Been doing this for quite a while, brother. For the uninitiated, man, I know you guys caught you guys for a while, but how would you explain the Dirty Pagans, your sound and style, and who you guys are?
Bro, I think we're just like the bastard version of our heroes, man. We love Priest, Motorhead, Deep Purple, all those old school kind of metal bands that we love. We've coined the term riff and roll. I love rock and roll, and pretty much my job of the band is to bring riffs, man. So, yeah, just coined that. I would say that sums us up real nice. Riff and roll, perfect.
Yeah, well, you guys have been rolling along quite steadily since 2016. I've watching you guys' trajectory. That Volume 1 was a ripping album, but the family kind of followed up to that was just that extra step up as well. And Forever High feels like you guys are just keep on pushing sonically the sound and style you have while still sticking close to that riff and roll vibe that you have going.
Yeah, for sure. I don't think we're trying to mess with the mayhem that works for us. I think we're trying to stick with that nice hard rock and roll. People like that from us. Hey, who knows? One day maybe we'll release a ballad and everyone will hate it. Who knows?
I'm sure you will fucking bring it justice, whatever you guys do. The new album, Forever High, is an absolutely ripping album, man. I'm really digging the fucking hell out of it. I've had a few days to pick through it as well. What does this album mean to you personally now it's releasing today?
It's just a whole bunch of hard work and teamwork that we've stuck together. We've had it ready actually for a while, but a bump in the road was Jared leaving us, so that was obviously difficult. But now we've got Gareth who slid right in. Awesome, great to work with, just a legend. So now we're back, full steam ahead, and we're rolling. So we're ready to just drop it. We've already started working on the new stuff because we had this ready for a while. So yeah, we've got a few things up our sleeves and we're ready to roll, man.
Yeah, that's the thing with some of these albums. They're still new and fresh to us because they're new, but you guys have been working on them for fucking quite a while. So it's almost like letting that little child out and go on your own now and kind of seeing how it's received into the world.
Oh, absolutely, man. And it's always just oh man, hopefully people like it. So far, not too much negative stuff. So hopefully it stays that way.
Yeah. What was the songwriting side like on this?
Songwriting, so usually James and I will come in. We've tried to do writing sessions together. It just doesn't really seem to work for us. I think there's just so much you're all right, we're going to meet up on this date and then we're going to write. And there's just this weird underlying non-spoke about pressure of doing that. And it just doesn't really feel organic or natural. James and I have done it a few times. We did Forever High, the actual song, together. But most of the time it's just James and I bring in ideas and then workshopping them as a band, and Greg, our secret weapon, pretty much, finishing for us. But the new stuff, actually, Greg's wrote a lot. So you'll be hearing a lot of Greg in the new stuff.
Yeah, well, Greg's, but you guys have all been floating around the scene for a bloody while. Greg, I remember catching him with Alkira years ago. I think it was at Heavy SA. So when I seen you guys starting up, I was pretty bloody impressed with the lineup that you did have. And you have this really fucking tight lineup and sound when you guys are together, not only like on the album but live as well. So you must be keen as I know you played a few songs with the Glenn Hughes show as well. So what was that like one playing those shows? And tell us a little bit about the tight lineup and the show coming up.
Oh, well, it was great because we essentially, Jared had just left, and it was Gareth's baptism by fire.
Yep.
And when I say that, it's not even a word of a lie. The guy is jumping on stage with us for the first time. His first show was in Queensland with Glenn Hughes.
Yeah.
That's pretty much a baptism. That is
I've seen that.
a lot of pressure. And he nailed it, and we haven't looked back. So he has really completed our lineup. It's just real solid with Gareth now. Yeah, it's just really solid. I'm sorry, what was the second part of your question?
Yeah, well, tell me a little bit about that lineup. Now you guys have got it locked in and you've got this Jive show coming up. You must have some really big fucking plans with this album kind of getting around all over the place playing as well, yeah?
Yeah, so we're definitely going to be playing this around the country. It may not be this year. We've got a few personal things that we need to accomplish outside the band. Let's just say our soon-to-be wives have given us nearly 10 years of Dirty Pagans time, so we need to give a little focus to our personal lives, which we will do at this end of this year. But start of early next year, we're hoping for a summer tour around the country to play Forever High.
Yeah, well, tell us a little bit more about Gareth. Where'd you pick him up from, dude, and how did he come into the band?
So Chris, our manager, had floated us his name, and I'd never met him. I think he was in an Alice in Chains cover band.
Yep.
I think that's it. He'll probably turn around and say that I was nothing like that. I was like, sorry, man. But I believe that's where he was. And he just had that real hard-hitting sound that we needed. I think when you're in the metal scene, you see a lot of like really extreme drumming, and we need someone to really just hit it. And he just stays in the pocket. He's flashy when he needs to be, and it's beautiful. It just works perfectly.
Yeah, nice. And tell me a little bit about the themes that you kind of tackled this time, because the family, we kind of tackled some cult themes and some stuff like that. Tell me about some of the themes you're exploring this time around.
Yeah, so like a lot of Babylon was probably more about the 70s New York serial killer kind of vibe. I was into that. Killer in the Night, probably something similar. If you can tell, I don't have a reoccurring theme there. James wrote a song called DTM, which is the complete opposite. It's about thick, bootylicious women. So, Dump Truck Mama, that is...
You got chucking some metal bloody screams in there. Dude, it was heavy, and then those highs, man, that was killer.
Yeah, that's James, man. He was nailing those vocals, so well done to James. And then, we've got I Am the One. That's like all about essentially just a very egotistical human being thinking that he's the right hand of God.
Yep.
Maybe it's reflective. There's a few themes in there. Hopefully, there's a few things that capture people's ears.
Yeah, well, compared to the earlier two albums, tell me a little bit about how the composition process evolved for this record. Were you trying to push anything new in the sound, or just kind of, as we said before, just stick to the pattern you've got going?
I think we're trying to stick to the pattern, but I think we're always trying to grow in the studio.
I can hear it.
Yeah, and I still think I'm very green in the studio. It's always a learning experience for me.
Well, do you come out of these like as well going, man, like you learn each album you do? Because I know like with everything I do, I'm always fucking constantly learning as well as you guys. You come out of these shows and go, man, do this that way. And then same with the albums and the recording process after, the family come out of that going, man, next time I go in, I want to do this a little bit differently. Yeah.
Absolutely. Like, especially vocally, there's just so many, like, when you listen to some of those older bands with their like layers, like Queen or even Eagles and things like that, the absolute talent to do that, it's so hard. It is really, really hard to do. So vocally, just trying to go in there and just honestly trying to like do your best, take criticism not too hard, and just be like, all right, this can be better. Let's do this. I think guitar-wise, Greg and I are always going for that kind of harmony 70s kind of sound anyway, and that's more his domain anyway. I'm just more of a B chord hitting guy, and I like that. So we're always growing and we're always trying to get the best out of ourselves, and there's no personal feelings when it's, hey, let's try this again. That was really good. Let's do that. That's just, I think, really, it's a good way to be in the studio.
Yeah, dude. And I've caught you guys at a bunch of shows and a bunch of like mainly metal shows, and you have this fucking unique sound where I've caught you guys and been blown away. I knew you guys before, but it's good to sometimes look around. And do you do it like look around and see like some of these people see you guys start and then go, and just by the end of it, blown away by your sound and shit?
I think there's two versions of that. Yes, we've had that, and I've definitely seen some metal people going like, what the fuck am I watching? And I'm like, and I think they're probably expecting more extreme stuff. There was a funny story where we were, what band were we opening for? I think it was Night Flight Orchestra. It was Night Flight Orchestra in Melbourne. And James and I have a song called Down Below, and we both sing really high in it. And this guy, I was watching, I had my foot on the fallback, and I saw him just looking up, and he was going like this when we were doing the high notes. And I was like dying laughing on stage because I'm like, oh my God, it's like piercing this guy's ear. And you could tell he was so uncomfortable. And I always bring it up and I laugh all the time. And it's like, what? Like, what, you're going to get offended? Like, nah, you just roll with the punches and it's funny. But yeah, we're not everyone's cup of tea, but we do try and change their viewpoint by the end of our set. So hopefully that works.
Yeah, you definitely do have a really great sound. I fucking absolutely dig the hell out of you guys. And I
Thank
bloody
you.
tell everyone I was hammering you guys when I was doing radio as well. And I've been listening since the volume. So I've been loving watching you guys kind of kick ass and play these supports like Glenn Hughes and, you know, the Night Flight Orchestra, which is called Bjorn's fucking, I love the Night Flight Orchestra. And you guys were just the perfect fit for it. But any shows that kind of really been a highlight for you so far?
I think like the Glenn Hughes tour in Queensland, there was a few sound issues up there. And obviously, again, it's like one of Gareth's first shows, sound issue. And when it's sound issues, it's like things cutting out and mics barely working and stuff. And we just powered through it. And like the crowd was honestly like getting really restless. Like we were walking up there, like Friday night in Queensland, humid weather, everyone's drinking Bundy. Let's go. Like this could go either off the rails, and it was very close to. But we kind of turned that crowd around, and like to do that with Gareth so early in the band, it really like solidified us. So I always look back at that. I'm like, if we can get through that, man, we can get through anything. So we'll be all right.
Yeah, damn straight. And I hate fucking chucking this one in, but I've got to, man. It's like picking a favorite child. What's your favorite album? Song off the album this week? Because like me, it changes week to week. Which fucking song you're digging, especially if you're listening to whole albums, people.
As in like from Forever High?
Yeah, man, your album, bro.
Man, I barely listen to my own music.
I know. I talked about this the other day. It's like once it's fucking out, you probably don't even want to listen to this shit, eh?
No, I was like, I listened to it when I first get the recordings back, and I'm like, all right, good. Now I don't have to listen to that again. Honestly, probably Forever High. I think that was a really cool joint song. I really enjoyed playing that. Vocally, I was really happy with the vocal takes. I really like playing the riffs. It's got everything for me. I like Killer of the Night, which we also just released, and I like playing Dump Truck Mama, man, because it's just something different. It gets James singing. It's just a fun vibe to play, so I enjoy playing all them.
Yeah, damn straight. Catch a few of them tomorrow at Jive as well. Going to chuck in a few quick-fire questions. Favorite all-time favorite Stoner Doom band, bro?
Probably The Sword.
Yeah. Final tape, CD, or streaming? Go-to format. Don't say streaming.
Well, conveniently, I would say streaming, but no, I've always collected vinyl.
Yeah, man. Can't go wrong with that. Best riff of all time doesn't have to be yours.
It's definitely not mine. It would be anything Sabbath. Oh, man, Into the Void, probably off the top of my head.
Yeah, Forever High, 3 words.
No, I'm not that confident.
Who would be your dream band to tour with, living or dead?
Oh man. Probably Sabbath.
Yeah, dude. I'm sure Sharon will start wheeling Aussie out after this tour anyway, dude. She's going to be weekend at
one more
Bernie's.
time.
Yeah, one more time. We got this. Matty, absolute legend, mate. Cheers for hanging out today. To everyone watching, go out, grab Forever High. It is out now. Stream it, spin it, pre-order it, fucking order it. Chuck it in there. It is on Dirty Pagans Bandcamp. Crank it loud. If you're in Adelaide, June 28, it is tomorrow night, which will be tonight when I publish this. Any last words, shout outs, thank yous, or anything else you'd like to chuck in there, mate?
Thank you very much for having me on. And if anyone wants to order any of our merch, music, just go to our Bandcamp and we will send it out to you.
Damn straight. Dirty Pagans, crank it loud. The neighbours are going to want to hear it too. Cheers, mate.
Thank you very much for your time, mate.
Oi, you're tuned in to Jive, That Aussie Metal Guy, so make sure to hit that like and subscribe button so you don't miss any of his sick content. And remember, stay brutal, you legend.